Hello and welcome to IABM TV. I'm Martin Redhead and today I'm delighted to be joined by Jonathan Smith of Net Insight. Jonathan, welcome, great to meet you.
Thank you very much, Martin, it's good to be here.
Well, tell me about Net Insight's holistic approach to live video delivery in the digital age.
Yeah, so I think we're kind of going through a transformation in the industry, and we're trying to kind of encourage an out of the appliance and kind of into the orchestration look at the world, and that's been born out of kind of working with our customers and a lot of pressures we're seeing on what everyone's doing in the broadcast value chain at the moment. So I mean, we're seeing everything at the front end of production and contribution. The number of streams that have to be produced is getting higher and higher and higher. The kind of ever evolving number of platforms we have to deliver to in distribution is also increasing, and it's an interesting problem because if you take a traditional approach to that, obviously your spend, your investment continues to increase. And the kind of the conundrum we're seeing within the industry is that the thing that keeps eyes on content and the ability to monetize all of that content you're creating is maintaining quality. So the best quality streams are keeping the eyes on and enabling that monetization. And of course, if you try and just repeat a traditional approach to moving content through that value chain, it doesn't work. So we're looking at automation. We're looking at simplification operationally, and so this approach to be able to get our customers from all the way from the camera to the distribution endpoint as a kind of transport and network provider is kind of front and center to what we're doing. So it's elevating that kind of product to move out of the connectivity and the appliances on the ground to really streamlining operational efficiency for our customer base.
Absolutely, and making quality front and centre. I completely get that, that's so important. So describe Nimbra Edge and how the solution is transforming traditional content production and delivery.
Yeah, so Nimbra Edge is a product that's focused on, we might call it cloud delivery, utilisation of the internet for moving media signals around the world. So we've been doing a little bit of, as a business, we've been doing a little bit of internet delivery. There's lots of formats that have been pioneered to secure media over internet and lossy network segments. But what we were finding were they were kind of tending to be a little bit narrow, and everyone has chosen a different path with the formats. So we look to bring a platform to the market that is open and allows kind of anything in, anything out, but to simplify that process as well, to automatically transform different formats across your delivery networks, to be able to go to point or be able to go to one-to-many distribution models, but all orchestrated through a single pane of glass. And alongside the kind of plumbing of that network, we've got front and center a focus on security and scalability. So back to that pressure of the amount of stuff we're trying to do, we have to make sure we're doing that securely, because that maintains quality and integrity, but also to be able to scale up to the sheer number of streams that are being looked after. So Nimbra Edge is a single platform, a single pane of glass to allow you to define complex networks using ubiquitous internet connectivity.
I've got you, that sounds great. So are there any use cases or customers that you can mention?
Yeah, definitely, and I think we've seen, and it's interesting, the take-up is kind of split between service providers and broadcasters alike, so we can certainly talk a little bit about a couple of cases there. So a big US service provider, Lumen, have been leveraging Nimbra Edge to support their owned infrastructure. They're a tier 1 network provider, they own huge amounts of infrastructure, and they're now using Nimbra Edge as an overlay to their networks to provide media services to customers, but also broadcasters as well. So CBS are using a completely cloud-based Nimbra Edge platform to orchestrate all of their tier 1 sports contribution for Galazzo network, and that's built entirely on a cloud-based infrastructure. It's integrated with a GVAMP solution, another one of your partners here, but all built across cloud. So that's one of the kind of early signs that tier 1 sports content is being delivered both for contribution and for distribution. And the interesting thing there is the flexibility in that for them to spin up the services to deal with these signals on demand on an event-by-event basis. And the final piece that we really wanted to mention is we're also kind of opening up the platform to third parties and vendors. So we're seeing the vendor community start to support us as well. Great work's being done with MediaKind, and we're having a show and tell drinks reception on Sunday with MediaKind. So actually, we're encouraging the wider vendor community to bring their appliances into the platform and allow us to contribute, to all the different features and functions that are out there in the market.
That sounds great. And so, Jonathan, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Martin.
Well, thank you. And if you want to find out more about Net Insight Solutions, highly recommend you check out their booth here at IBC.